click on new.
Yes.
Okay. Now here you are having multiple options. Like you want to have 3D view of the structure which you're going to create, or 3D coordinate system, or 2D coordinate system. So 3 planes for 3D coordinate system. Okay. So you have to choose one of them. And accordingly, you have to analyze your radiation pattern. Huh? Remember that. Now, currently, I'm going to select XZ plane, because I will be keeping antenna along the Z axis. So I can keep XZ plane or YZ plane. Okay. Any of this plane will do. Okay. So let us now in this particular experiment, what you have to do that you have to analyze the dipole for different radius, okay, and different length. If the radius is changed, then what happens to the resonant frequency, then bandwidth, radiation pattern. And if suppose the thickness of the antenna is kept fixed and you are varying the length, then what happens to the resonant frequency and the radiation pattern. Okay.
Okay.
So by performing this experiment, you will get certain information related to the wire antenna, which is I think second module of your syllabus. Okay. So let us start with any frequency of your choice. So here I will take 3 gigahertz, suppose. So 3000. Okay. Right.
Yes.
So it comes around 0.1 meter. So here it is what, 0.09999 meter, right? 0.1 meter. So dipole means what? Half of that, right? So I will select this wire, then add, and randomly I will just place it along the Z axis. Radius I will start from 0.25. So what you have to do, you have to make a table. Radius, that will be the first column. Then the second column, resonant frequency. Third column, bandwidth. And fourth column, gain. Okay, you can note it down.
The second, sir. First column.
First column will be radius.
Okay.
Radius.
Yes, radius.
Okay. Second will be resonant frequency.
Yes.
The frequency at which the antenna tunes.
Okay. Okay.
After that, bandwidth.
No.
Okay. Then after that, gain.
Okay. Yes.
So 4 columns are there. Okay.
So do we have to make this
first
column?
we'll start with what? 0.5, 0.2. See,
Hello.
For the sake of analysis, you have to make column. No? Otherwise, how you are going to analyze?
Okay, sir. Okay. Firstly, radius is 0.25.
Radius 0.25.
Yeah.
Now I will, and the length will be kept fixed.
Okay.
Length will be kept fixed. So first I will keep it as what? 0.05 and 0.05. Okay, so it becomes what? 0.1.
Okay.
Right?
So that column is not visible
So
to
it is
me.
actually what? 0.1. Which column?
Yeah, now this toolbar is visible, not the previous one.
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay, so what is done? The earlier procedure was adopted as it is. You have to first select a frequency. Okay, so we have taken it as what? 3 gigahertz. then it shows the wavelength of 0.1 meter. So dipole antenna will be half of that. Okay, point. It's 0.05. Okay, so actually you have to go for what? Half of that, no? It's lambda by 2 antenna, so it should be what? 0.025,
Yes.
not 5. Huh? Total length should be of 0.05, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, next step, anyone? Once the length is
Source.
chosen, what is the next step?
Source.
But before that, before the source, before source, one
Segment.
more important thing is there.
Segment.
Segmentation, of course. Segmentation, I will take 100 or 50, I will take. Okay. Segmentation is very important. Otherwise, you may not get correct simulated result. Okay. So in
why,
order
sir?
to check whether the segmentation is done or not,
Sir, why segment is important?
segmentation will lead to the correct result. And why the segmentation leads to correct result, that we will see when we'll go for the second module. Okay. Because your second module is what? It is based on wire antenna. So there, I will tell you what is the reason that why the segmentation is required. Okay. So segmentation is also done. Now next, adding source.
Segmentation is 50.
Okay, so now a source is kept here at the segmentation. I have taken 50. You can take any other figure also, but larger the segmenter actually of the result, but it is going to take more time. Okay, now I will simulate it. Now see, since the thickness, okay, I will not reveal how the thickness is going to influence your antenna. Now I have chosen that 3 gigahertz is the center frequency. So I will start from 2900 megahertz to 100 megahertz. Okay, and I will check what happens to the resonant frequency. Okay. So first we'll go for this resonant frequency, for which we need frequency versus reflection coefficient graph. Okay. So in the last lecture, it was said that all the frequency responses which are below minus 10 dB reflection coefficient line, that is considered as your attained band by that antenna. Means that antenna is going to radiate out those frequencies or that band of frequencies for which the response is what? Below minus 10 dB. Efficiently it will radiate. Other frequencies will also get radiated, but the amount of power will be lesser. Okay, so here you can see that this graph, it is going down towards the left side, right? So it means that, and it is going to be what? Below minus 10 dB, this 10 dB reflection coefficient towards left only, right?
Yes.
So it means that whatever frequency range I have given, that is not appropriate. I should change that frequency range. So I should make it what? Suppose 2700, and let this be 3100, no issue, and resimulate it. Okay. So now you see the maximum dip is what? Somewhere here. But still left hand side frequency, that is 2700, is what? Almost at minus 12. So the worst case is what? Minus 10 dB. So means I can go further. I means I can reduce this lower frequency further. So once again, I will go to the main, this geometry edit window, and I will reduce the lower frequency at suppose 2500. Okay,
Hello?
and we'll see what happens.
2500 and
Yeah.
3100. Okay.
Hello? Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
can you say how to simulate the previous reading? Because I didn't get this output, the one that is visible. I'm still on that step where the antenna is visible on the XY plane.
You have
Apnik,
created this structure.
my suggestion is you just understand first what to do, and then sir will solve your query. Is it okay?
Okay.
So first understand the practice.
So this is the graph which you have got here. So now you can see that the lower cutoff frequency is almost at 2.665 meters. This is the lower frequency. Okay. And the upper frequency is somewhere around 2.915 gigahertz. So this becomes your band frequency, right? Sorry, band of antenna. This is the band for which your antenna is working. So you have to know and the center frequency. Center frequency means what? Here you can say that the response is what? Having this minimum reflection coefficient. Okay. Highest value is what? At the mid of the graph. So it is coming at minus 15.145 dB. So you can go, you can use this left and right arrow key, and you can check whether that data is correct. So this is the highest value. And the frequency is what? 2.78. This is the frequency at which your antenna has got tuned.
Yes. The
Okay.
resonant frequency.
So what you have got? Resonant frequency you have got, bandwidth you have got.
Resonant
Okay.
frequency.
So two parameters you have got. Once you have given the radius. For 0.25 radius, the antenna resonates at 2.78 gigahertz. Its width you have got. For frequency 665 gigahertz. And frequency 9 gigahertz.
Bandwidth.
Bandwidth is the difference of these two. Higher frequency minus low frequency.
Sir, which frequency? 2500 and 3100.
Okay. No. Cutoff frequency means that frequency which intercepts this minus 10 dB line. Okay, so minus 10 dB line pe, it is this point which is lying. So just click on that point. You will get the cutoff frequency. So you can see it is minus 9.91, which is very close to minus 10. Or if you're not happy with this figure, you can go ahead. One more frequency. It is minus 10.179, means almost minus 10.2. If you're considering this as your lower cutoff frequency, then also there is no problem.
So we can
2.67
consider around
gigahertz. This is the lower frequency. Similarly, you go for
minus 10.
Minus 10 point. Sir, what is bandwidth?
it should be as close as to minus 10 dB.
Sir, this is
It should be-
what? Resonant frequency.
Bandwidth.
No, these are the cutoff frequencies.
Okay.
Upper cutoff and lower cutoff frequency of the antenna. You take the difference of this, you will get the bandwidth of the antenna.
Okay. Upper cutoff frequency.
Center
first upper-
frequency is where you get
Hmm.
highest negative value of the reflection coefficient. So it is at the center.
Minus
this response.
10.179. This is lower cutoff frequency or upper cutoff frequency?
No, it's a
Minus
gain.
10. Right. Frequency is never in minus.
Yes. Sorry. This
Wait
is-
Madam,
a
you
minute.
just see the
This
frequency
graph
here
is
at the top.
frequency versus reflection coefficient, this graph. Okay. So that band you have to select which is below this minus 10 D reflection coefficient, this horizontal line.
So
Whatever
please, take the
frequencies
cursor
for
to the
below this, that is
lower
your
cutoff.
the low cutoff.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see that it is near minus 10 or You can shift to, you can use the arrow key, right arrow key. Now you can see that, okay, if you are very much interested in this -10 only, so here you can see that at 2.67 gigahertz, the reflection coefficient is -10.17 dB. So this is your lower cutoff frequency. Similarly, on the right hand side, find out other -10 dB point, and it is coming at 2.91 gigahertz.
So bandwidth is coming
This is your upper
240.
cutoff frequency. Okay.
And sir, how to calculate gain? Is there a formula?
How much bandwidth you have got?
240 megahertz.
240.
Yes,
Okay.
mega. Yes, mega.
Huh. Fine. Okay. And the resonant frequency will be what? The center frequency, or
Center
wherever in this,
70.
whatever frequency you've identified at lower and upper. So mid of that.
Yes.
So it is coming, for me, it is 2775 megahertz.
2.78.
Okay. This is the resonant frequency. Now, okay. Now next is what? You have to find out gain of the dipole antenna. Okay. So at which frequency you should find out this. So always it is measured at the center frequency only, or the resonant frequency only. So you have to remember this figure, 2775, or whatever resonant frequency you have selected in your simulated result.
Yes.
So it is 2775. So I will resimulate it now for far field radiation. Okay. So I hope you remember far field radiation, which we have discussed today. It is
Yes.
2775.
2.75. Yes.
Okay. So now far field frequency simulated. Okay. So now this two-dimensional radiation, and what is the maximum gain of this antenna? So it is 13 dB.
Sir, how to interpret this?
Okay, 2 point. This is the gain of the antenna. Yes.
So how would you interpret?
Okay. Now, if you look at this two-dimensional radiation pattern, here it is written as what? dBi. Okay, means the one who has designed the software is measuring the gain of the antenna with respect to isotropic antenna. That's why I is there. I is what? Isotropic. Okay. So isotropic. Now, just we have already discussed the meaning of isotropic antenna. Okay. If suppose instead of having dipole antenna, if you are having isotropic antenna, then what would be the color of this entire sphere?
Pink, right?
Yes, entire sphere will be pink in color. Why? So every region is going to be pink, na? Then the bar graph is not going to appear because there is only one color. But the value in dB will be what? 0. Okay, 0 dB comes only if the actual figure is what? 1. So log of 1 is going to be what? 0, right?
0.
That you are knowing. So the gain of isotropic antenna is what? 0 dB.
Okay.
Okay, but the gain of the dipole antenna is 2.13 dB, right? So it is larger figure as compared to the gain of the isotropic antenna. So what you are saying, that what is the interpretation of this? So simple interpretation is that the gain of this dipole antenna is 2 dB larger as compared to the gain of the isotropic antenna, which is 0 dB.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for gain it is 2.13, right, sir?
Right. So that you can write in the table.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so this is one case. We'll go, see two different cases, and the remaining cases you have to generate and you have to make a report on that and submit it. Okay. Now I will change the radius and I will check what is going to happen to the performance of the antenna. Okay, so I will go to the main window, sorry, geometry edit window. I will click the antenna wire, and now instead of having 0.25, I will make the radius as what? 0.5.
Okay.
Okay, enter, and once again I will go for first band, whether the band gets affected because of this, and I will click on generate. Okay, so once again I have got this frequency versus reflection coefficient. Now I will go for the lower cutoff frequency. So now it has got reduced. Earlier it was around 2.665. This time it is 2.595, or I will consider it as what? 2.6. Earlier it was 2.665. This time it is almost 2.6. Upper cutoff frequency was, earlier it was 2.91. Now this time it is 2.8. Right?
Yes, 2.8.
So in my case, bandwidth has got changed, and the resonant frequency, that also has got changed. Earlier it was 2.775 megahertz. This time it is 2.725 megahertz. So if you have noted down things in your table, then you can
Yes.
check what change has occurred. Okay.
The bandwidth
So
is
the band has got,
285.
it has got increased.
Yes.
Okay. And resonant frequency, it has got reduced.
2725.
2725. Earlier it was 2775.
Yeah, 2775.
Okay. Okay. So if you increase the width of the wire, the bandwidth is going to increase.
Okay.
One more thing you do, because I forgot to mention that along with the resonant frequency, you're measuring resonant frequency as what? The center frequency, right? Where you're getting largest negative value of the reflection coefficient, right? So please note down the reflection coefficient in dB also. Like in earlier case, it was minus 15 point something, but in this case, the reflection coefficient is almost minus 15.1. So please note down the reflection coefficient also in dB.
Okay. Reflection
So we
coefficient.
have to make one more column for that.
You add one more column.
So
See,
previous
table,
one,
all these parameters are required, and it's your choice how we are going to adjust this row column, right? But all these parameters should get reflected in that table. And once you simulate multiple cases, now you will have good information about this wire.
yes.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Width has improved the bandwidth. Frequency has got reduced, of course, that is there. See, our actual design frequency is what? 3 gigahertz. So this antenna is actually not working at 3 gigahertz, right? Now I will work on the other parameter, that is what? Length. Okay, so length versus the same parameters. If the length changes, then what happens to the bandwidth, resonant frequency, gain of the antenna, and this reflection. Gain we forgot. Now we have to check what happens to the gain. Earlier it was what, 2.13 dB. Now what is going to happen? At okay, so 15.11 is the reflection coefficient at 2.725. Okay, 2725. This is the resonant frequency. So I will resimulate it for a radiation pattern. 2725 megahertz generate. Okay, so can you see what is the gain of the dipole antenna?
Yes, sir.
It's same, right? 2.13.
Same? Yes, it is still 2.13.
Yeah, same.
Remember that the dipole antenna is not going to lose its radiation characteristic. So the gain of the antenna is fixed. Once it is a raised dipole antenna, so gain has to be almost 2 dB. Practically, that may vary, but this is what you can say ideal condition. So 2.13.
Okay.
The pattern is not going to change. It will remain same.
So
If you are
how many
changing the
values do
thickness,
we have
the shape of
to
it.
take?
Take 5 different cases, because it doesn't take much time. Hardly the entire this cases. It won't take more than 30 minutes. Now, because I'm explaining, that's why I'm taking more time. Otherwise, this radius case would have been finished. 5 cases. It's not going to take more than 20 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
Next is length. Okay. So we'll go for the analysis of impact of length of the antenna on the resonant frequency. And I will ask one question based on this, and I hope you would be able to answer it. Okay, so what I will do now, I will start reducing the length of the antenna symmetrically along positive z-axis and negative z-axis. Okay, so what I will do, I will make it 5 mm I will reduce. Okay, so here I will make it 2.5, and here it is 2.5. So 5 mm, the antenna size that got reduced. Okay. I have reduced the antenna size by 5 mm. Total length. Total length is reduced by 5
Yes.
mm. Because earlier it was 25, right? So you can see the total length. It is visible here. This software is capable to show you what is happening to the length. So it is what? 50 mm, right? It shows here. So the moment I change it to what? This 5 is replaced by 25. So you can see that the length has become what? 45 mm. That is what? 4.5 centimeters. Okay. So just
Yes.
reduce it by 5 mm and see what happens. And take 4 cases. Or what you can do, 2 cases for the reduction from the original size and 2 cases for increase in the size. In that way also you can do. Okay, now we'll simulate it. First, once again, we'll go for the band resonant frequency, then we'll go for the gain. Okay. So now you can see that the frequency response, it has got shifted towards right, because your
Yes.
lower cutoff frequency is what, at 2.87 gigahertz. Okay. And the left hand frequency, they are now meaningless for us. So it's better that we should change the range of frequency for which we are simulating this antenna. Okay. So we will change this range of frequency. I will make it 2700, and this I will make at 3500.
Okay.
Okay, and simulate it. Okay, now this frequency response, which is minus 10 dB line, it is ranging from 2.87 gigahertz to 3.19. And the center frequency is what? Almost 3 gigahertz. So you can say that this, for this particular length, actually your antenna is working well because your design frequency is what? 3 gigahertz, right? So center frequency should be 3 gigahertz.
Yes.
Okay. So lower cutoff frequency is 2.87 and upper cutoff frequency is 3.2. And remember that when you're going to analyze the effect of length on the antenna performance, now, you have to keep radius fixed. Now in our case, it is what? 0.5 mm radius. Do not change the radius. Huh? When you're working on radius, do not change the length. When you're working on the length, do not change the radius. Any one radius you have to
Oh.
take.
Okay.
Okay, so now we'll go for what? The gain now. So center frequency is what? 3015 megahertz. So I will resimulate this for 3015 far field region. Far field region 3015 megahertz. Your answer should not change. 2.12 dBi. Okay. So the behavior of the radiation should not change at the resonant frequency. Actually, for the entire band, it should not, behavior should not change. Your gain may deviate.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see that still the antenna is radiating in a similar way. So the only thing is what if you are changing the length, the resonant frequency and the band is going to get shifted, right?
Yes.
Now what I will do, I will increase this length. So original length was what? 0.025 and 0.025, okay? So what I will do, I will increase the length by 5 mm. So I will make it what? 55 mm. So for this 25 mm, 25 mm, I should add. So I think 7.5 and 7.5 here. Okay, so you can see that here length become 0.055 means 5.5 centimeter. So length has got increased now. Okay, 5 mm, I have increased the length. Now I will simulate it. I should actually adjust the frequency, but where should I now? What should I do with this? Okay, whether I should go to the, I should increase this from 3 gigahertz to suppose 4 gigahertz, or I should go for the lower frequency. Okay, that I do not have currently, suppose. So I will keep it as it is, this part, and I will check what is happening, and accordingly I will adjust it. Okay, so you can see that the response has got shifted on the left hand side because your graph is what? It is having falling nature or decreasing nature on the left hand side. Okay, so what I will do, I will change this response. I will make this as 2400 and this as 3000, and I will resimulate this. Okay, still it is going below. I will make it, okay, I will make it 2000 only straight away. And this as 2700. Okay, so here I have got this frequency response. So lower frequency, this time it is 2.37 gigahertz. Upper frequency is 2.62 gigahertz, and the center frequency is somewhere 2.485 gigahertz. Right. So now you can see If the length has got increased, the resonant frequency reduces. Okay. So conclusion is what actually here, lengthwise, if you're going to draw some conclusion on what the resonant frequency and the length of the antenna. So if the length of the antenna increases, resonant frequency decreases, because antenna is directly proportional to what? Lambda. Okay. So if you're simulating it for larger length, it means that you're trying to make your antenna operational at larger wavelength. And if the wavelength is larger, then the frequency has to be smaller, right? It's
Yes.
inversely proportional.
Yes.
So remember that. Huh? So if you want to, if you're working at very high frequency, so it is obvious that the size of the antenna should be very small. And this is the
Okay.
reason why the printed at higher frequency, we go for what? The printed antenna.
Sir, can you suggest different values of length for which reading needs to be taken? Any five?
5 mm increase from the your calculated value means you started with what, 3 gigahertz. Okay, 3 gigahertz, you calculated what, lambda at 3 gigahertz, and you took lambda by 2 and you started your simulation. So when you're going to analyze the impact of length of the antenna, then you just add 5 mm to this reference length and subtract 5 mm and take two cases for
So what is the reference length?
reference length, initial length, which you got from the software only, from the geometry edit window here, right? You have calculated na? Lambda C by F formula you have used, right, to find out the lambda. So whatever lambda you get, that will be your reference length. And two cases you have to take for smaller than this reference length, and two cases larger than this, and 5 cases for different thickness.
Okay.
Okay, and so you have to make two tables. Huh? Remember that. One for the analysis of impact of radius on the behavior of antenna. Second table will be
Okay.
impact of length on the behavior of antenna. So for when you're going for length, the 5 cases will be there because one is the reference one, and 2 cases for a reduction in the length, 2 cases in the increase in the length. So of course the 5 cases will be there for the length, and 5
So
cases
in
for
case of okay.
thickness, right?
Okay.
So in
So
case
in case
of
of
radius,
length,
we have
radius
to
is
implement.
Please repeat your question.
Sir, I'm asking about
Repeat
radius.
your
So the last radius we took was for the radius, effect of radius, we took 0.5. So after that, we have to take 1.5 like that till 5 value.
See, I started with what, 0.5, 0.25, right? So the thickness of
yes.
the wire becomes what, 0.5, right?
Yes.
So next will be what? Uh,
1.
you have, then 1.5 and 2.
Okay.
Sir,
So
in
you just keep
when we
increasing it.
change, sir, when we change length, then radius is same.
Of course,
No.
you do not change the length, but though both the parameters will not change simultaneously. Yeah? One of the parameter will be always fixed. When you are analyzing
But if,
radius impact, length should be fixed.
Okay.
yes.
And you mention on that table, when you are analyzing radius impact, on that table you mention what is the length throughout this radius case. And when you are analyzing the impact of length, above that table you mention the radius of the this wire. That should
Okay,
not
sir.
change.
Okay.
Now if you have any further query, you can ask.
No doubt, sir. I will refer to the video that is being made, recorded.
Okay, fine. So you have not submitted the first experiment, right?
No,
No, sir, as I told you, today only I got my laptop, so I need time to
Ah,
write and
Yeah, yes. You
simulate.
conveyed this in the morning only. Yes, yes. Okay. Yes, Dongre